Now we'll move to the next chapter, that is the next part of the drugs acting on cardiovascular system, and that is vasodilator and or symphatolytics. Okay, as the name indicates, there are two different parts. That is, the vasodilator is different, symphatolytic is different. Okay, so the vasodilator, they are responsible for the directly dilating the vessels. Symphatolytics, they are also responsible for the dilatation of vessels, but they are indirectly acting on the vessels so that the blood vessels or the vessels can be dilated. Okay, so as the name indicates, vasodilators, it is divided into two parts, that is the vaso and dilators. So vaso means vessels, dilator means which can dilate the vessels. Okay, so the drugs which are responsible for the dilation of the vessels, they are called as vasodilators. Here the second part, that is the symphatolytic, it also having the two parts, symphato and lytic. Symphato, that is the symphatic system, lytic means breakdown. So the symphatomimetics or symphatomimetics, that means the agonist or which are given to produce the similar kind of effect like adrenaline. So that is the symphatomimetics. Symphatolytics, it is completely opposite. They are the inhibitors, they are the blockers. Okay. So when the symphatolytic drugs are given, they block the adrenergic nervous system. Okay, it may be the alpha blockers or it may be the beta blockers. So these sympathomimetic systems or these receptors, that is the alpha beta receptors, they are present in the heart muscles, in the blood vessels, smooth muscles. Okay, so what happens, they are responsible for the contraction of these heart muscles or the blood vessels. But when we are giving the lytic drugs, that is the inhibitors, this their activity is inhibited, that is their contraction of the heart muscles. Okay, that activity or the smooth muscles, contraction of smooth muscle, that activity is inhibited. So vasodilators and or symphatolytics, these are the two different parts. The vasodilator generally they act directly on the blood vessels, they dilate the blood vessels. Symphatolytically, they are generally the indirect acting, they are responsible to inhibit the activity of adrenaline on alpha receptor and beta receptor, which are related in our syllabus. Now, what are the uses of vasodilators? So the if dilatation of vessels takes place, suppose this is vessels. Okay, so during the atherosclerosis, the formation of plaque or there is a deposition of cholesterol inside the vessel takes place. Okay, so due to this, the blood flowing through this, their force increases, their pressure increases because these plaques which are present in the vessels. In this way, the blood pressure increases, the workload on the heart increases, workload on the heart muscle increases. Okay, it results into the hypertension. But when we are dilating the vessels, now if these vessels, if their dilatation takes place, so this space increases, and the space, that is the internal diameter of these vessels increases, more amount of blood can be flow through the vessels and more amount of blood can be supplied to the heart. So what happens, heart will get more amount of blood, hence the workload on the heart decreases, blood does not forcefully passes through these vessels, so the blood pressure increases. So these vasodilators ultimately they are responsible to decrease the hypertension, so they act as in the treatment of hypertension. They are also responsible in the treatment of heart failure. They are also given in the vascular diseases, Raynaud diseases, pulmonary hypertension. So such diseases, such symptoms, the vasodilators can be used.